Hello everyone and welcome back to my learning space. We all know about the harmonic minor scale, but have you thought about it in great depth? Like playing the harmonic minor scale chordally from chord 1 to chord 7 as you would the major diatonic series? Or have you thought about it as using it as a reharmonization tool? When I was in varsity doing my undergraduate studies, I had the same lecturer for about 3 years, and in my 4th year, I had a different piano coach. And what he did for me was really open up my world by showing me the scale and how we can break it down and find particularly interesting chords that can be used as borrowed chords by means of substituting them in a tune, even as a tool for composition. Well, I've compiled a 3-part series that is going to help you understand exactly what it is that I'm talking about. And with this harmonic minor series, my goal is to open up your harmonic understanding so that you are able to substitute chords. For instance, a tune like Cheesecake or a tune like Softly as in a Morning Sunrise, I want you to be able to understand why the 2 is half diminished and why the chord 5 in the minor perspective will have sharp 5 and flat 9. These are all because they are coming from the harmonic minor scale. And this is the first part of the series, so let's get straight into it. Okay, everybody, so the tune that I chose today for this concept of harmonic minor, I chose the tune Cheesecake because I think it's a great tune, and it goes something like this. At least that's the A section. I'm first going to make sure that everyone knows what a harmonic minor scale is and what it looks like. So this song is in the key of C, so let's pick C harmonic minor, and it looks something like this. Harmonic minor's got a raised 7th here and a flattened 6. Now, what we want to try and do here is build chords off of the scale. And when you're taking a scale and building a chord, as we know in theory, beginner theory tells us that when we build a chord, we need to do it in 3rd intervals. This is a basic root position chord. Now, before we do that, when you build a chord within a scale, you have to build it firstly in thirds, as I said, and secondly, you have to build it the way in which the scale exists. So essentially, you can only use notes that belong in the scale. Otherwise, you're playing another scale. So 2 things, 3rd intervals and building the way the scale is shaped. A 3rd tip I'll give you is that the 3rd intervals sometimes may be major 3rd intervals, or sometimes they may be minor 3rd intervals, so bear that in mind. So here we go. We're building from C. Now we're starting on chord 1. Now the closest available 3rd will be on E flat, and the next available 3rd will be on G. So here we've got a minor 3rd interval, then we've got a major 3rd interval, and the next available 3rd interval will be B, right? Because this is how the scale comes. So we can't have that because we don't have this note, the B flat, in a C harmonic minor. So it's B natural, which means that chord 1 of any harmonic minor scale is minor major, right? That's chord 1. Now chord 2, we want to do the same thing. 2nd degree of the scale will be D. The next available 3rd is on F. The next available 3rd You guessed it, it's A flat, and the next available third, you guessed it again, it's on C. So therefore we've got a half diminished or minor flat 5-2 chord. Now let's move up the scale like this, right? That'll be the next chord. We've got a major sharp 5, chord 3, chord 4, we've got a normal minor 7 chord. Chord 5 is almost always dominant in any case. So we've got a dominant chord 5, we've got a major chord 6, we've got a fully diminished chord 7, and that will be chord 1. So those are all the chords that belong to the harmonic minor series. Now what you want to try to do is play them in different inversions. So for instance, I can do this voicing where I'm with my right hand, I'm starting with the 5, 7, 3. Or I can start with the 7th in my right hand. Actually, let's put the 9th in there and put the 3rd in the left hand. That's a nice and full voicing right here. It's got an extension. And yeah, automatically, can you see that we've got a flattened 5th, a flattened 9th, I mean. So you want to take maybe those 3 voicings, first do root position, and then you try 2 different setups in terms of positioning of your hand on the chord tones, and you want to move up the scale like that. Now you can sort of understand why we've got a flat 5 minor and a dominant chord that almost always has a flat 13 or sharp 5 and a flat 9 in there. That's because when these writers were writing these songs, they had these scales in mind. So chord 2 is half diminished. Now the reason we've got flat 13 in there is because if we are considering harmonic minor 5, meaning I'm playing harmonic minor from the 5th degree, which means that all of these tensions technically should be available for me to use. Right? All of those tensions that exist within the scale that the chord is coming from will be available for you to use. So we have so what happens is the C minor becomes chord 5 of, now it goes to chord 4, which remember, when we're going up the scale, we found that chord 4 in a harmonic minor series happens to be minor 7. So now it's going to chord 4 of the scale by way of using its 5. Yeah, just goes to the chord 4. And this B flat 7 is the 5 of E flat minor. And the E flat minor does a 2-5. So it does a 2-5, which is a half step above the actual 2-5 that's taking us to C minor. When you're dealing with chord 1, you can have it minor major. You could also have it minor 6 with the natural 6. You could actually also have it minor 7. I think the important thing to note here are modes. C minor can come from E flat, be the 6th degree, so the scale would look like this. C minor can act as harmonic minor. It can also be melodic. And there are many other ways C minor can exist. Dorian, Phrygian, but we won't talk about those. So that's important to note, that you can sort of interchange how you use the one. You can have one where you have C minor with a flat 7 or the raised 7th, or with a natural 6. It's important to note, especially when you are playing minor derived songs, you hear these sounds a lot. You hear the chords landing on C minor 6 or a minor 6 or minor major, or just a plain minor 7 chord. These are important things to know, to know that they are actually coming from scales of some sort as a substitute chord, as long as the melody that you are playing in your right hand is not interfering with the harmony that you have chosen to play in your left hand. You should be fine. Or we take a song like Fly Me to the Moon, which is also written in the minor perspective, and we will see how it actually interchanges between major and minor, but that minor 2/5 will be coming from the home key. Yeah. This 2/5, that C half diminished to F7 will be coming straight from harmonic minor of B flat. So guys, I hope that made a lot of sense. In the next couple of videos, I'll be talking about altered left hand voicings for minor tunes, as well as how to use harmonic minor as a tool for improvisation. So stick around. Thank you so much for watching this video. I hope it helped, and I'll see you again in the next one. Bye.